going on, y'all? Joltage here, and today we're bringing you another SPL LC match. This time between KinglerNumbers of Team Raiders and ZoroDark of the Bigs. Um, Before I hop into this, I'm gonna apologize for not being able to get this live. I was asleep. Not really upset about that. I enjoy sleep. Anyway, also, before I get in, the little bit of background on the two players. These two are um, seen as probably the weakest of the LC bunch in SPL. ZoroDark doesn't actually play the tier. He had a pretty good open run, if I remember rightly. But is definitely not like someone who actually plays the tier regularly. Kingler kind of plays the tier regularly. He won LC Open, which I mean you don't do without being a pretty solid player in general. Both of these are pretty solid players in general, but their like LC ability specifically has been called in question. Though, like I said, KinglerNumbers did win Open. So I mean, there's that to be said about that. Looking at team preview, which they put just up now, that's real nice. I like that. Anyway, looking at team preview, we've got some nice Fletch dig plus Shelter on ZoroDark's side. It's pretty. I mean, the team looks pretty good, pretty solid. I assume it'd be Pawn on rocks, dig running rocks is possible, but not seen too often. And we've got some bulky offense on Kingler's side. Courtfish is a really cool mon. I like it a lot. I use Snubble a lot as well. So, I mean, the teams look okay, I'd say. Yeah, alright. Let's hop into this one. Alright, leading off, we have Mienfu lead on Kingler's side and Staryu lead on ZoroDark's side. Kingler decides to let his Mienfu take the Psychic, and he U-turns out. That was kind of a weird play. It could have got Scald burned as well, so. But and goes out into his Ferroseed. ZoroDark doesn't want any of that, so he switches into his Fletchling on the Ferroseed. Ferroseed goes for the best move, one of the best moves in the game, in Thunder Wave, so we know the Fletchling is neutered. Though with priority in via Gale Wings, it's not. Acro is still going to be outspeeding everything except Kingler's, Courtfish's Aqua Jet now. But you still have the chance to not move, so that's always a thing. Kingler now decides to go into Courtfish's. ZoroDark misses an overheat. Not that that's doing a lot to. Not that there's doing a lot to Courtfish. But, yeah, so Kingler knocks off the Staryu as it tries to recover, and then Courtfish Swords dances. The Staryu can't really do too much to it. Psychics for a decent amount, gets a Spadef drop, and Crabhammer just takes it out from there. Wow. Yeah. I sometimes forget how strong Courtfish is, but anyway, ZoroDark's going to go out to his Mienfu and force out the Corp. As Kingler makes a safe play and goes into a Snubble. Judging by that HJK damage, it's probably Berry Juice Snubble. And Snubble just doesn't play around and goes right for the play rough, knocking ZoroDark's dig down to its sash, and it is Berry Juice Snubble, as Earthquake doesn't quite take it out. ZoroDark goes out into his Poniard here, and goes for the rocks. Good play. You always want rocks up on the field. As Kingler went into his Mienfu. Now Mienfu can easily pivot out, but it's just going to Drain Punch. Mienfu can stay in here, as Kingler does elect to do, so it doesn't die to Fletchling from full if it's bulky Fu, and takes it out with the Drain Punch. Now with another round of Regenerator, that Mienfu's right back up to a playable amount of HP. ZoroDark goes out into his own Mienfu. He's really behind at this point. HJK connects again, and he just wants to get out of there. KinglerNumbers goes for the play rough and crits. That definitely mattered. Poniard does not go down to a play rough without a crit. even though this appears to be the more offensively inclined spread for Snubble. But Shelder gets to revenge the Snubble with an Icicle Spear. No sense in shell smashing, as Snubble would just T-wave you. In goes Ferroseed. I assume to just T-wave, yeah. And Shelder's just going to keep clicking Icicle Spear. Bullet Seed does not do anything, really. Oh, looking at it, Snubble being gone is really problematic for Kingler, as he has no fighting resist now. At all. So, yeah. I mean, it's just a non-Scarf Foo left, so we'll see how it ends up working out, but yeah. Anyway, Foo's out. It's Foo versus the world right now. Pawn just decides to go for the suckers. Foo clicks the Drain Punch. Back up to full. It's not knocked off. KinglerNumbers goes into his own Foo, hopefully trying to get the knockoff, but HJK hits and definitely kills from there, even without the crit. He goes into Courtfish. Drain doesn't kill from here, so but he went for the Aqua Jet instead. Maybe he was expecting him to HJK. I guess he's just trying to get some chip damage off on this Foo. And yeah, this Foo's about to win. Kingler really choked that away. All it has to do is hit this. So, well, that's unfortunate. Actually hadn't watched that match prior to this. So KinglerNumbers picks up the victory over ZoroDark here. And secures his team another point. Really lackluster game. IMO Kingler really choked away a huge advantage that he had on ZoroDark there, and got bailed out by the HJK missing. Though, I mean, we've seen weirder things end games, but yeah, anyway, if you like the video, don't forget to leave a like and comment and all that shit. Subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time with more competitive LC content, and bye.